Yo, what's good, man? All discombobulated. My headphones died, so I'm trying to get this thing back working. So my fault. A little discombobulated. What's good, y'all? What's popping? Panther Nation, what's good with y'all?
Don't worry about it, man. All you need to do is just show the score again. It's not a problem. It's just
Yeah,
more
yeah.
of a friendly reminder to what the hell we saw yesterday.
Facts, facts, facts. But yeah, awful game. Piss poor game.
Not
Uh,
just an awful game.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Like if you start thinking about the pantheon of the worst games in franchise history, this is up there.
Yeah,
This is up there. And I'm not trying to say it to be all doom and gloom. Nah, this is absolutely up there with some of the bad games of the 2-14 squad. It's up there with those. We don't get dominated often, guys. Believe it or not, we don't. This is up there.
yeah, man. Yeah, we got smacked. We got smacked up pretty good. And I'm chilling in happiest place on earth. Meanwhile, watching the squad get
You made a
destroyed.
mistake because you know what? It's funny. I'm not going to make the mistake on Sunday that you made the mistake. I'm not going to make that same mistake this Sunday against Atlanta. I've already made a decision, and it's going to look like I'm a great dad in this decision. My son's birthday party's on Sunday, man.
And yeah, that's a great
Not
choice.
not touching the game on Sunday. I'll watch the condensed version after the birthday party. Not even. I'll do the fantasy Q&A for you guys, and maybe I'll talk about the game a little bit during that. But I ain't watching the game live on Sunday. I can't
Yeah,
do it, and not
yeah,
after
man.
what I had to deal with
Yeah,
yesterday
it's awful,
Sunday.
man. This team has completely regressed. We started out 3-0. We are now on a 4-game losing streak, and it looks like this team is going backwards. Like we're completely going backwards. This team sucks, and there's no other way to put it. I mean, the offense sucks. The defense is doing what it can. Special team sucks. Like it's just bad. Like we're going backwards. We're going backwards as a team, and it sucks, man. It sucks. It's unfortunate, man, because you got a lot of good players, being wasted right now, especially on the defensive side of football. But anyway, we'll get into it. We're gonna get into it pretty good here. But before we get
No, wait,
into that,
no,
go
we
ahead.
need to understand. Like you was out in Florida, you was out
Yeah,
in Disney World, but why were you in Disney World, sir?
yeah,
This
yeah.
is
I was,
this
I
wasn't
was
a
Yeah, yeah, I was out in Disney, man. My daughter over the weekend had an opportunity to dance in one of the parades at Magic Kingdom for the Halloween. They did a little Halloween thing, and she got to dance in the parade, one of the parades. So it was pretty dope down Main Street at Magic Kingdom. So it was pretty cool, man. Pretty cool experience. I remember when we first took her to Disney when she was like maybe 3 or 4. I told her because she would dance on the side of on side of the streets, watch the parades go by. She would just be dancing. I told her, like, yo, maybe one day, you had an opportunity to dance in the parade if you keep working hard as a dancer. And she had a chance to she tried out, audition, and she made it. And we were down there this past weekend at Disney watching her dance in the parade. So it was dope. It's dope, super
That's
dope, man.
awesome.
Awesome, yeah, awesome, man.
That is awesome.
So yeah, I
Meanwhile,
guess
my kids have never been to Disney.
dog, you gotta go. Yeah,
I don't have to do anything.
Disney is dope, bro. It's dope, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. This is the first time I've been. I typically go every 3 years.
Mm.
And if you're a Star Wars fan, yo, you got to go ride Rise of the Resistance. It's probably one of the best rides I've ever been on from a amusement park perspective. Yo, it's crazy. Rise of the Resistance is a super super dope ride. So it's super super dope, man. Super dope. So
I,
if you are a Star Wars fan, go over there. Ride Rise of the Resistance, dog. Super dope.
I'll tell you a story. I almost went to Disney. I almost took the kids to Disney late 2020. No, like summer 2020. It was before I realized what the pandemic was. And then they closed everything and it was over. There was no Disney there at that point.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Universal guy, man. I'm not a huge Universal. I see Cody Allen in the chat saying he's a Universal. I'm not a Universal guy, man. I've always been a Disney guy.
And it doesn't help that they got Marvel now. That makes it even more.
I mean, but they don't really have anything Marvel at the parks though. Like they do over in China. I've been to Disney World in China, Disneyland in China. They've got more Marvel things over there than they do at Disney over here. So it's kind of interesting. There's really
my
no.
son, my son wants to go to. My son wants to go to Legoland. Like I'm gonna take a. There's a like a low end one. I guess I call it. It's not really a real Legoland. There's one in Boston. I took my daughter there a few years back, and I think there's a big one in New York, but it ain't touching the one that's out in San Diego. The one in San Diego is vicious. But at some point, I gotta take the kids to Legoland. I gotta take them to Disney. Those are on the list.
Yeah, man. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this stuff, man, because this is a damn shame what Panther Nation has had to deal with over the past couple weeks. Let me pull these slides up. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated because my headphones is jacked up. Do y'all hear echo at all?
No, I did hear your little beeping when windows happen, but other than that, you're good.
All right, let me see. Whoops. All right, let's get into this thing. No echo. That's good. Appreciate that. No echo because I can leave the headphones off. All right. So again, man, if you're not following us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, hit the subscribe button on all these joints, Twitch, TikTok. Go ahead and follow us, man, on everything. We greatly appreciate the support. We're growing. I think we are like 13 subs away from 12,300. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. We greatly appreciate that. Channel's growing. We appreciate our love that's occurring. I'm running into people at the games. They want to take pictures. Super dope. So if you ever see me at a game, holla at me. I might buy you a drink or something, man. So hit me up if you ever. Nah, I mean I've offered a couple of drinks, man. You see me, holla at me. That's all I'm saying. It's all good. So, but yeah, follow us on all the socials, Twitters. You might see where I'm sitting, where I'm at. You never know. Just hit me up. All right. So follow us on all socials. Patreon members, man. Shout out to all our Patreon members, patreon.com/PantherNationPC. Go over there, sign up, and that help support the channel even more. So you can join as low as $3 a month just to support the channel, become a free agent. And that's these guys. Shout out to all the free agents, man. They are supporting the channel. Just $3 a month, and they get access to all of our premium content, player interviews, and as such, they get shout outs on this here weekly show. Also, shout out to the franchise players. They support us $10 a month. So we appreciate that. They get access to fantasy content, fantasy chat.
And it gets lit, man. Let me tell you.
It's lit. It's lit. Yeah. So the fantasy chats, the private Discord chat, Dave being there, schooling everybody and giving these pointers. He's a so-called self-appointed fantasy genius. I don't know where he got that shit from.
I might be 0-7 this week, so I don't know if you should have took my advice.
Y'all see what I'm saying?
Hey, but I went 7-0 last week. You got to weigh the good with the bad.
Facts. It was facts. So, but yeah, man. But yeah, shout out to the franchise players, man. And then we got the MVPs, the most valuable players. They will get access to a giveaway. And we gotta have one coming up soon, Dave. We probably can't do it on Halloween.
We can do it Saturday.
We might have to do it Saturday. Yeah, we might have to do it Saturday. So we also for
so we can at least do it on the Muff Fortune.
Facts. So shout out to the MVP players. They are the guys that get access to a monthly exclusive giveaway. Sometimes it's a signed jersey, sometimes it's gift cards. You never know what it may be. So just make sure you come, and even the franchise players and the MVP and the free agents also have access to that monthly PNP Confidential, where we also do giveaways for them. So you never know, man. You just join up, become a Patreon member, and it helps us out, man. So we appreciate all the Patreon support for real. So real quick, injury updates. There is an update on John Miller. He's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks. And there's a possibility of him going to IR. Don't know anything else other than that. We should be getting some guys back. Shaq Thompson should be on his way back. I know I said that last week, but this week he should be on his way back. He did travel with the team.
You know who else is going to be back?
Who's that, Dave?
Cam Irving.
Cam Irving is going to be back. He's here. He's back to save us.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get into that. But shout out to Cam Irvin. He's going to be coming back. So we're getting healthier, and then next week after that, we could potentially see the return of CMC. So we're getting healthier, and everything will go back to normal when all these players get healthy again, because it seems like we can't operate under a little bit of adversity when it comes to injuries, unlike the team that just destroyed us, missing a lot of cats, and it didn't seem to bother them much. But I digress. Anyway, anything else on injuries? Any other news you've heard, Dave?
Nah, man. I mean, I think the big thing is that we're going to get a lot of our guys back this week, which will be a positive thing going up against Atlanta.
Sure. All right.
You don't believe that.
Moving on. There's no roster moves that I saw. I didn't update the slide. So, Dave, do you want to talk about any of these? Any of the presser comments that Matt Rule said?
Sure.
In the past two pressers, the one Sunday and the one today.
Sure. We can talk about it.
Go ahead.
Man, he feeling that heat.
Yeah, he's frustrated.
He feeling that heat. First, the one on Sunday, he was talking both ways the whole time. The one today was a little bit more extensive. It was a little bit longer. It's about 25 minutes. I recommend you guys listen to it. I think he was more grounded today, but it doesn't change the fact that he's frustrated. He's frustrated, and I don't think he knows what to do to fix it. And I don't think he's lost the team yet, but I think he's close. I really do. He knew he understood the consequences of making a decision to sit Darnold, to bench Darnold. But the way he handled it was terrible. Like, stick to your guns, bro. If you're going to sit the man, sit the man. Don't worry about embarrassing him.
Yeah, that was the worst. And I called it out when we were listening.
Terrible.
That was so stupid. Like, why are you worried about embarrassing the man? Like, dog, this is the NFL. This is not high school. This is not college. Like, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it because it's on my mind. And, like, I feel like I'm going to forget later. But he comes out and talks about this philosophy of running the football, right? And he pretty much gave the Giants the daggone blueprint and saying, hey, we're going to change our identity. So they're ready for the run. They I think they held us to held Chuba to under 3 yards a carry, right? And so he pretty much said, yo, we know they're going to run it. You can't. The dude sat up there and said, and the Giants, I forgot who it was, but the guy said,
Logan,
yo, you're not going to.
Logan, I can't remember his last name.
Yeah, you're not going to establish your identity against us, fam. You got to do that another week. That's pretty much what they said. So you can't. You gave them bulletin board material, and they pretty much shut that shit down. They shut the run completely down, and it's real amateurish. It's real amateurish what we're seeing from the coaching staff. And again, he sits up here and says he wants to run the football. And number one, you don't have the physicality up front to run the football 30 times a game and be effective. You don't have the running back. You don't have the run. Chuba Hubbard, great. I love what he brings to the game, but he's not that style running back. You don't have that type of running back on your roster. The physical running back to run it, to run it 30 plus times a game and be effective and wear down a defense. You don't have that style running back. You don't have a Derrick Henry. You don't have going in even back to when you were with the Giants. You don't have a Brandon Jacobs. You don't have a Marshawn Lynch. You don't have a Zeke. You don't have that type of running back to wear dudes down. You don't have that. So your philosophy, even if you wanted to implement, you don't have what it takes.
But the thing is, you don't need to have a running back like that. The problem is he doesn't have a line for that either.
Bullshit. You got to have the running backs to do it too, because the one that you're giving the ball 30 times a game, he ain't built for it either.
But the problem is, Rashad, it doesn't, if you have a decent to good offensive line, you can be physical and you be physical with the line, but you ain't even got that. The line's not even good enough for that. So you can be physical with the guy, even if you have somebody like a CMC or a Chuba running behind that line. If you got a physical line, it doesn't matter. Because then you can run the ball 33 times, which, by the way, he only did 17 yesterday. So he did half of what he wanted to do, just like he's doing half the coaching job that he should be doing right now. He's not. It's terrible.
It's not
It's
good, man.
pathetic.
To go out to make such a emphatic statement that I'm gonna run the football and you're gonna see a different offense, and we're gonna establish identity, and then come out there and lay a complete egg, a complete uh, you laid an egg, bro. Like point blank, period. You laid an egg, and like, and this is the thing that really makes me nervous. This is what makes me nervous, Dave. Is that this man is a motivator of men, right? He is a preacher. He sold us this whole thing about, running. He's the type of coach that guys wanted to run through a brick wall for. He's that motivator, the speaker, right? He's that guy that's the motivator, because he doesn't have a specialty, right? He's not an offensive guy, not a defensive guy. He's just a motivator. He's that guy that's the rah guy. And for your message not to convey in that, like, you have to specialize. You have to be good at something, Dave.
Didn't he
And
play linebacker?
what they sold us, what he was good at, he ain't good at it because the message is not conveying. So what is his point? Like, what is his purpose? If you're not good at that, then what is your purpose?
He's got to get some wins.
You know what's not going to happen, Dave? He's not gonna take play calling duties for Joe Brady. Because usually when shit hits the fan, the head coach takes over play calling duties on either side of the ball. We've seen Ron Rivera do it. We've seen other coaches do it when shit sucks. The head coach is taking over play calling duties. What is this dude going to do?
Motivate and pray. That's all he can do at this point. Or take one of these new jobs that's about to pop up, one of these college jobs. That might be his cleanest exit, to be honest with you. But I have a feeling that there's much hotter seats now than there has been. Much hotter seats. And it looks like, hey, Panthers on tap, right? They were the guys I made the bet with, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you did.
Panthers on tap. It looks like we're gonna get that 6 and under action at this point, buddy. Looks like we're gonna have to. Looks like somebody's gonna have to pay. We're gonna find out real fast how this is gonna go down. But yeah, it's not. It's it's disappointing, man. Like, if you go, like, I went back and checked what record I said we were gonna be, and I said 8-9. 8-9 is like all right, you're gonna be fine, job safe, get another year. Bro, he can't. I don't know if you got the schedules in the slides, bro.
I don't.
But let me tell you something, man. I can see this go bad, man. I don't see no more than 2 more wins left on the schedule.
Yeah, and that too. I mean, what you talking about? Washington football team, maybe, and what a Falcons, maybe.
Yeah,
that's really it. But 8-9 seems very, very far fetched. That's realistically what all Panther Nation wanted. We just want to see progression. 8-9 is what Panthers fans really wanted. That's what we were gonna settle for.
Yeah.
And for you to come out here and bomb out like this, bro, and these were all winnable games, bro. The Giants games.
See, the thing that bothers me, man, and I'm gonna tell you a story. Because you typically don't hop in on the fantasy show. So for those who don't know, every Sunday I go live at 11 a.m., do a fantasy Q&A prior to kickoff, go over inactives, go over folks that you might could pull a rabbit out of your hat, so to speak, if you need a miracle coming into the Sunday games. And I get my questions, and then sometimes I don't get questions, and then I talk about the game. So we'll talk about the game. And the big thing that I talked about during the game, the comparison came with Teddy because Teddy lost on Thursday. And the first thing I said was, look who's Teddy's losing to and look who Sam's losing to. It's different. There's a difference losing to Cleveland. There's a difference losing to Baltimore versus losing to the Giants. And before that, when you lose to the Giants, losing to the Eagles, blowing a 15-3 lead, losing to Minnesota. There's a difference. There's a distinct difference. And now losing to the Giants. Like, the Giants was 1-5, guys. They were 1-5 before we ran into them.
Yo, we are officially everybody's bounce back. Like, yo, how have we become that team? Everybody's looking to rebound against us, Dave. Like, if you coming off an L, a bad loss, you play us, bro, you gonna be straight.
And Teddy beat the Giants, by the way, just so you know. So I made a comment too saying we'd probably be 5-1 if Teddy was our quarterback. That's why that revved everybody up at that point. And dude, I know we'll at least be 4-2. He already beat the Giants earlier this season.
It's not good. It's not good, Panther Nation. But we're gonna talk about all that later. But here we go. Let's move on from the because this is a discussion. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a preview. The stock downs haven't really changed.
By the way, guys, I'm not allowing this. I'm not allowing this the way y'all ran that man out of here. I'm not allowing this. Not doing it. Not doing it. Because him being gone is part of the problem. But moving on.
Yeah. We'll hold that thought. Yeah, hold that thought. But all right. So we got beat, fam. We got the shit beat out of us against the Giants, a 1-5 football team that was missing the starting left tackle, starting right tackle, a couple starting receiver, top 2 or 3 receivers, top running back, and they smacked the shit out of us, Dave. Like they beat our ass. And so I don't want to hear anything else about excuse. There's no excuse that should be had about injuries, about one player, about C-Mac not being available. There's no excuses should be had. There's no available excuse. Our left tackle was out, so what? So was theirs. Yep. We got missing linebackers, so what? They had injuries too. Yep. So who cares? It was pretty much an even matchup. Both sorry ass teams. We just proved on that day to be sorrier. And that's a fact.
We were a sorrier squad.
So credit to the Giants, bro. They show heart. And then, you know what's crazy? Even Matt Rule said the same thing. Even Matt Rule gave the Giants credit. You see what they did? You see how he's looking around the league, looking around the NFL, pointing out all these examples about other teams responding and how we're not. That's Matt Rule, your head coach, pointing out other teams responding and how we're not.
Because we haven't been. We've been terrible. Terrible.
So pathetic. Anyway, let's jump into the stats because you know how we do. The rookie report, Brady Christensen, he gave up 6 pressures, gave up 2 sacks, had a rough day. Graded out okay overall, but he had a rough day. He looked good in spots. That's what you expect from a rookie left tackle. So I'm not going to kill him for it. I'm not going to kill him.
But you know who said he had a rough day too?
Yeah, the coach said it. Threw him right under the bus.
Like straight under that shit.
He has no respect for Brady Christensen. Like none.
But I told you what I've been telling you, man. Ron Rivera tendencies, bro. Ron Rivera he don't like playing these young guys at certain positions, bro. And left tackle was one of them. It seems like he kind of felt like his hand was forced. He feels like his hand was forced. And then now that he floundered, he's out like, yo, man, he wasn't that good.
So to those that think this dude is a good coach, I really need to understand, what have you seen?
No, Rashad, no, we ain't got to worry about him being a good coach. We got an owner who has shown that he has no patience. He didn't even give Ron Rivera 2 seasons, and you guys expect the rule to survive too.
He didn't hire him, though. It's different.
It doesn't matter, bro. You let a coach.
Did you just rock me? Did you just
rock me? Pause. It doesn't matter.
Damn, Dave.
You better get rock bottom too at this rate.
The people's elbow is being dropped by Dave right now.
Nah, it's just like it doesn't matter. You didn't give the coach that was here 2 full seasons. Like that's a fact. So I don't understand why you guys don't think this man has patience all of a sudden. He doesn't. Let us mess around, be 5-12, and see what happens to Rule. He's either gonna find it. They're gonna hope he finds a job to make this move. But I think Tepper's willing to do what he needs to do.
I agree to a certain extent. I agree. If it ends bad, like if it ends like the way it's looking, like if this thing doesn't turn around, it might be a wrap for your boy.
Could you imagine if we don't win another game for the rest of the season? You think Rule's gonna survive that? He only got like 3 more chances to win games and on the schedule. Like 3 legitimate. I know you guys gonna say, oh no, he has 10. No, he has 3 games he has a chance to win. 3. And one is factored in on them sitting people. He has 3 chances to win games. All right, 4. We'll be nice. He has 4 chances. You guys can figure out which 4 games you think I'm looking at. He's got 4 chances to win. 4. And I'll explain my 4 later if y'all want them. But he only has 4 more wins that he could potentially get.
Shout out to Kyle real quick. He said, we're doing a great job. I'm just hope Cam gets picked up so I got a team to pull for this season or this year. PNP, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, Kyle.
Appreciate it, Kyle.
But yeah, man, let's get back to this rookie report real quick. Tommy Tremble, 2 receptions on 2 targets for 12 yards. Chuba Hubbard, 12 carries, 28 yards, had no room to run. He did catch 4 or 5 targets, 28 yards. Davion Nixon had 22 snaps, 1 tackle. I think Keith Taylor had one of his worst games. 54 snaps, 2 tackles, 5 targets, 4 receptions allowed for 51 yards. And then Shi Smith did not have any stats recorded. But yeah, man. So
Those are 4 games. Just for, if you wanted to know, those are your 4 games. Those are it. Those are your 4. That's your 4. That's your opportunities.
So yeah, man. So that's the rookie report. Rookies, they coming along. I think you got to cut Brady Christian some slack, bro. Like you shitted on him. This is me speaking to Coach Rule right now because first of all, you got the man playing right tackle. First, you said he didn't have long enough arm. You said he wasn't good enough or didn't have the measurements to play left tackle. First of all, so you put him in right tackle. Didn't fare out too well there. Then you move him back to left tackle because Cam Irving is out, and you're starting to draw at straws at this point because you don't know what else to do. So you put him back at left tackle, and then you know you throw him under the bus for having a rough performance. He's a rookie, bro. He's gonna if you put him in one spot and let him get comfortable, he might show some promise.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not doing that. You
He's
threw
not
him under the
moving.
bus as soon as every opportunity he gets, he throws Christensen under the bus for some reason. I don't know what he did to him.
I'm going to answer this question real quick. If Carolina wins all 4 of those games, I think that might be enough for Rule to survive. But I think that he could get fired during the season of 2022 if he has another slow start. That's how I feel about it. That's just my opinion. But if he gets below 7 games, he's out of here, bro. And I've been saying that for a while. 6 or less, he's gone. Carry on.
Yeah, so that's the rookie report. And shout out to Brady Christensen, man. I feel bad for the kid, honestly.
The thing about Brady, man, is that, like you said, he needs to have an opportunity to gel at a position. And my thing has always been, you drafted this kid, give the kid an opportunity to win the damn job. He never really had the opportunity to win the damn job. They gave it to the veterans. Reminds me of another coach that I know. So he never really had the opportunity to win the job. So you're just moving him around, and it's not going to pan out because he doesn't have a chance to sit somewhere in jail. And I think that's unfair to him. So, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
man.
all I got
So
for that.
yeah, I mean, give him a spot, let him stick, and let him roll with it. You switching them, flipping them around, right? Because it's difficult. It's difficult. He's a left tackle, been playing left tackle his whole career. You switch him to right tackle. I could understand if that was the plan moving forward. You stick him there and let him play it out, but you're not doing that. You're not doing that. You moving him around, and that shit's not gonna help anybody. So give him a spot, let him stay at it. You keep flip flopping on him, and it's not gonna help anybody. But anyway, I digress. Moving on, Dave. Interesting stats.
I want to answer this.
Go ahead, Dave.
Why would he want to come here now? Why? The team's in a worse state now than it was 2 years ago. You want to keep it a buck. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of red.
Yeah, it's a lot of red up here, Dave. We only got to the red zone one time, and we didn't convert. Third down efficiency.
That's when he threw the pick, right?
Yeah, I think
was he in the red zone?
I think it was a hold, and then the penalty backed us up. I don't think that was not in the red zone though.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that was. I could be wrong though. And then the third down efficiency sucked. Only converted 2 out of 15 attempts. You're not going to win many games in that manner. 48% pass completion sucks. Penalties sucks. Rushing numbers sucks. Run defense was better. Gave up 3.3 yards per carry. They did run the ball 31 times for 103 yards. That's not terrible. I'll take that. Time possession sucks. Third down defense was solid. As you can see, most of the stock ups are related to defense, and that's just what it is. Total pressures on defense, they could do better there. They only got 12 pressures. I like that. I should have done a chart on the amount of pressures that we're getting every game, because I feel like it's going down it started out hot, and now it's like meddling in the teens. And that's not a good. We need to be in the 20s to really, really show dominance from a front four perspective, and I don't think we're doing that. We've been very, very flaky, getting pressures. I think we've kind of been figured out. I think Phil Snow might need to go back to the drawing board, drop some more pressures, and kind of make these quarterbacks work, because I think we're just getting picked apart in some instances. But I got to go back and look at the film to really, really understand what's going on. But I think teams are getting rid of football fast, and either they're running the football on us, and we can't get it. Something's not right with our defense and getting these pressures and converting these sacks. It's just not happening, and I don't know what the answer is. But total pressures on offense, meaning we gave up 22 sacks. Again, in under great circumstances, 10 is where you like to be. You like to be as close to 10 as possible.
Yeah.
So we're nowhere near that.
We gave up a lot of hurries, man.
Yeah, gave up 22 pressures, 3 sacks, 3 quarterback hits, 16 hurries. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you got it.
Yeah, so it's a lot of hurries. It is. But at the same time, if you really watch the game, like Sam plays his part in that too. He's holding on to the football too damn long. And so for those that are looking at that in isolation, you would be doing yourself a disservice if you looked at that and said that's all on the offensive line, because it's not. It's not. Yes, the offensive line sucks, and I'm not copping pleas for them. But Sam is compounding the issue by holding on to the football so long. He has to get off that first read, make a decision, and zip the football. He's not doing that. He's holding on to the football too damn long. And once again, third quarter scoring followed up with another 0, Dave. Another 0.
What else is new? As soon as we gave up the safety, I knew we were going to lose the game. Because Sam just wasn't on it. Sam wasn't in it, man. He just wasn't in it. It doesn't, as simple as that. He just wasn't in it.
Yeah.
He ain't it. Some folks just aren't fixable, and that's fine. But there's been 2 coaches that try to fix that man.
Yeah, this play right here. Yeah, this play right here. And you missed Colin Thompson on a third, like it was 3rd and 2, I believe. The play was fine. I saw some people picking at the play call. No, the play call was fine. He just got a hit. Colin Thompson right there, and his face was wide open. Like he was wide open.
Rule said that was the play that made him make the call to Poland.
Yeah, it was wide open, bro. So a lot of people are gonna kill Joe Brady. Oh, you should have ran the football on 3rd. No, it wasn't Joe Brady's fault. Just hit the dude. This execution.
Yeah, that was execution.
That's execution.
It wasn't a line issue. It was straight terrible execution.
He not only did he have Colin Thompson, he also had, I believe it was Royce Freeman staring right there in his face too, who could have ran it.
Yeah.
So this just sucks. He sucks, bro. Like, I don't know.
Dude, sometimes you can't fix somebody that's already broken.
He's broken, bro. Sam Darnold is broken, dog. I've been saying it's a wrap. I've seen enough. Bro. He is broken. Everything if you go back and look at that good, bad, and ugly video that I dropped prior to the season starting, it's the exact same shit you're seeing now. There's not enough good highlight reel throws that everybody got excited about. It's none of that. That is not occurring. He had, I think the one highlight reel play he had was that throw to the Robbie Anderson in the first game. That was it. I don't recall any other highlight throws outside of that. And so that shit that people called out for that, yeah, he has one every 70,000 attempts. But it ain't enough. He sucks as a deep ball thrower. He sucked in well, let me chill, because y'all get me off because he's showing up on stock down too. So I'll go on my rant then. But it is what it is, bro. It is what it is, man. So Dave, hit us with some Underdog. How you looking at Underdog right now, bro?
I'm hoping today. I got some on this. I got to slip in for this game right here. My best ball, I got a pretty good best ball team though going right now, man. That DK Metcalf touchdown was very instrumental in my best ball team. But look, we've been talking about Underdog Fantasy since the last time the Panthers had a win. But if you've been holding off for a very long time, I got something nice for you guys today. Underdog Fantasy right now is going to match your deposit for up to $100. They'll match it 100% for new members. So if you use the code PNP and you deposit $100 into Underdog Fantasy, go to underdogfantasy.com or just download the app and hop in right now. Use the code PNP when you sign up. You put in $100, you get a bonus of $100. Simple as that. Can't get no easier than that. In the past, it was only $10, but right now they're doing $100. You get $100. You get $100 bonus for your $100 deposit. So go ahead, hop on underdogfantasy.com, use the code PNP. They do daily drafts, not just in the NFL, but they do NBA. They're doing baseball for the World Series. They're also doing NHL. So if you're into that hockey life, they're doing it there as well. They do it for college football too. So, and you can do the pickles where you do over under if it's based on fantasy points, based on the number of yards somebody gets, things of that nature. And it's only one of the only games where you can win up to 20 times your money.
20x, bro. That 20x life is
crazy. If you can pick 5 pick'ems correctly, you can win 20 times your money. And I've hit it a few times. So like I said, man, go to underdogfantasy.com, use the code PNP when you sign up, and your first $100 that you put in will be matched 100% up to $100. Now, if you don't have $100, if you only have 50, they'll match your 50. But your first $100 on your first deposit will be matched. Check out Underdog Fantasy, man.
Yep. Underdog Fantasy is dope, man. And you support the channel by going there and signing up. Deposit that John, get the sign-up bonus. Dope product. Appreciate Underdog Fantasy, dog. All right, so let's move on. Stock up, stock down. Let's get into this. Sam, bro. I mean, he got benched.
That's all you gotta say.
And he didn't really care about it. He's like, yo, did you watch his presser?
Yup.
The dude don't really like. He shows no emotion. Like
He has no dog in him.
No dog. None. This dude is a bump on a log. He don't give a shit whether we win or losing, and it sucks. You got to give me something though. Pause. You got to show me something, man.
So nobody came over to console him. Nobody came.
They know what it is. They know what it is. The dude sucks. And I you know what, Dave? I still haven't seen an equal amount of slander for Sam I see for Teddy last year. I still ain't seen it.
You're not going to.
I ain't seen nobody criticize this man's deep ball. Pause. I haven't seen it, bro. Maybe I'm following the wrong people, but I ain't seen it. Some people, in fact, still believe this dude is a franchise quarterback.
No, that's wild. No, they just don't know what a franchise quarterback is, just like Matt Rule. Is that it? That has to be it. There's no way you can think this guy's a franchise quarterback at this point. Just because he got drafted third doesn't make him a franchise quarterback.
Facts. Draft position don't mean shit.
Draft position don't mean nothing. In that case, Tom Brady will never be a franchise quarterback. He was taken in the 6th round. Like, we're not doing that. Aaron Rodgers, he was 24th. Lamar Jackson, 32nd. Like, we're not doing that today. The dude ain't it, man. They made a mistake.
He's broken, dog.
And there's one thing that Tepper is good at doing, and that is correcting mistakes at a rapid rate. But I don't know how much more he's going to be willing to keep doing this shit.
Is he correcting it? Because he tried to correct the Teddy mistake too quick, and look at what it got us.
I think people thought we wanted Teddy around because we thought he was a great quarterback. That's not why we wanted Teddy around. We understood Teddy's purpose. And I think a lot of the fan base did not. I think a lot of folks didn't realize Teddy was a bridge. Like, that's all Teddy was. He was a bridge to the next quarterback so you could transition that quarterback over. But when they made a decision to go with Sam, Sam's purpose was not to be a bridge.
Facts.
His purpose was to be the answer to the problems. And my thing is, everybody that thought that Justin Fields should have been drafted at 8 shouldn't have been a fan of this trade. Point blank, period. Shouldn't have been a fan of it. Like, you should not have had an interest of getting another quarterback if you wanted Justin Fields. Because Teddy is the guy you want to be starting right now with Justin Fields chilling on the bench.
Yep. That's how it's supposed to work.
That's why when they made the decision that they were going to move on from Teddy, and this is before they traded for Darnold, I kept saying, Fields ain't on the list because you already trying to look for this other quarterback. Fields ain't an option. Fields ain't an option.
Let me address this real quick, because what you're seeing is an actual rookie struggling. Justin Fields is a real life rookie, not a reclaimed rookie trying to reclaim his career in Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
Justin Fields has every right to struggle his rookie year.
Just like Cam struggled.
He wasn't meant to start. He was meant to play behind Darnold, Andy Dalton. Dalton got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Or did he get benched?
He got hurt. Then it turned into a bench.
Okay. So then he got promoted to play a little bit quicker than what he should have been. But that's how it's supposed to work. The Bears did it right.
And it's the same thing that happened with Trey Lance. Trey Lance wasn't supposed to play now, but Garoppolo got hurt. And then Trey Lance came out. Then we saw what Trey Lance looked like. And guess who started last night? It wasn't Trey Lance. And I don't think you're going to see him again. Jimmy G's going to start for the remainder of the season. They want the rookie to sit. Like, what happened with Trevor Lawrence and what happened with Mac Jones, that's a different scenario to think about. You know? Everybody was saying that Mac Jones was more pro-ready than the other quarterback, and you see
coaching has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. And the thing is, Mac Jones got Bill. We got Matt.
Facts.
There's a difference.
A big difference. Coaching matters for sure. When you got a system and it works, and you insert a quarterback that you choose in said system, and you have a system that works, it's going to work.
You're asking the wrong question, Marquise. You should ask yourself, would the Panthers have a better record with Teddy Bridgewater? And I would say yes. I think they would. I mean, Watson, I think they would. Fields, I don't know. But I don't think I would put Fields out there. Like, if you draft Fields, that means you kept Teddy. So Teddy would be playing, not Fields. So yeah. Teddy wouldn't be 3-4 right now with this roster. I'll tell you that, because he wouldn't have lost the first 3 games just like Sanders will lose first 3 games. And they probably would have beat the Giants yesterday. Probably would have beat the Eagles 2 weeks ago. So yeah.
So yeah, here we are. We're stuck with saying we got a 5th-year option, and we'll talk about options. We're going to talk about Deshaun. We're going to talk about Cam. We're going to talk about all that a little bit later. But let us get through the stock up, stock down, and we're going to talk about how we can potentially recover from this terrible mistake. Go ahead, Dave.
I gotta handle something real quick, so I gotta step out for a quick minute.
Yep.
So I'm gonna step out. I don't think we have any more ranting to do with Mr. Darnold.
No, but I didn't ask you about your confidence meter, Dave.
Yo, you fucked up. You should have took everything off. He's done. He's done. Yeah, he's done. We're done with this.
Yo, I'm removing this. I said I was going to take it out last week, but yeah, I'm taking this slide out because it's no longer relevant.
It's over.
It's
over. He got to go.
Yo. This dude, in order for me to flip this back, this dude would have to go on a crazy impressive run and do it without. Well, he's not going to do it without. He's not going to do it without CMC.
But he's got to win. All right, he's got to win. He's got to win on Sunday.
Facts.
He has to win on Sunday.
So here's the thing, and I'm telling you this right now. Hey, Panther Nation, if you're watching this, mark my words. Mark my words, okay? Listen to me now, because I be right a lot, and people don't give me credit for this. But if CMC comes back and Sam Darnold all of a sudden looks average or decent, that ain't good enough. That ain't good enough. And I don't want anybody out here claiming victory if Sam Darnold goes out there and looks decent with CMC in the lineup.
Don't worry, Rashad. They will.
I'm just telling you, right? I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to. This dude is telling
this
you.
Man,
he's showing you
this
who
man,
he is. He's showing you who he is right now.
This man right here is 3-0 when CMC starts and when our defense is top 5. This man right here is 3-0 when CMC starts and our defense is top 5 for that week. 3-0 Sam.
That's not franchise quarterback. That's not a quarterback I want. That's
Teddy
relying on a
Bridgewater
running back
already
to
had
be
4
successful.
wins without McCaffrey up until this point with the worst defense.
Repeat that again.
Teddy Bridgewater already had 4 wins without McCaffrey at this point with a worse defense, a much worse defense. You thought the defense was bad yesterday and last week, and the defense wasn't even bad yesterday. The reason why the defense was bad because this man had 8 3-and-outs.
8 of them.
Terrible.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
8
6,
of them.
7, 8.
Ted ever get benched? Did we ever see PJ come in during the game other than an injury? Some folks say, oh, well, I think Sam might be hurt. No, he wasn't. He got benched.
No, he got benched, bro.
They need a spark. He had a spark when he started, too, and he was just garbage now.
Dave spitting these bars.
Listen, man. Jesus. Y'all got to quit defending this because you can't.
Because you're
running out of places you're running out of places to maneuver.
That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. He comes back. He started winning.
I don't need gunshots, Slim. I don't need them today. Don't need them. Teddy shouldn't have gotten benched.
This is not a Teddy better than Sam argument.
It ain't.
That's not what this is about. That's not.
It's just my point. No, the point that it boils down to me is this, man. If we were going to be mediocre with Sam, we could have just continued being mediocre with Teddy, and then maybe we could have took a quarterback.
Facts.
That's the problem.
Now
you ain't doing it. Everybody talking about getting a quarterback now. You know what's going to have to happen? They're going to have to take the hit on the cap. They're going to have to take the cap hit on this 5th-year option. It's all guaranteed. It's all guaranteed. You have no way out of it. And on top of that, you're going to have to fire the coach. You're going to have to fire the coach. If you don't fire the coach, this is your quarterback next year. So get ready, guys. If you think Rule's going to be here next year, this is your quarterback next year. So get ready for a struggle next year, too. Get ready, because that's what you're going to get. And that's why my ass is going to that birthday party on Sunday. That's why. I'm tired of this, man.
Yo, it's terrible. And we did say Teddy's not. We're not defending him. We saying Teddy is not a great quarterback, bro. We said this yesterday. He's not a franchise level quarterback.
Teddy is a guy that can win you games with things around him. That's what Teddy is. He ain't gonna lose you the game. He might occasionally get you a closer, but most of the time he's not. That's who he is. But he ain't going to lose you the game. He ain't going to throw you a pick like he was doing. This man's got 7 interceptions in the last 4 games. Teddy ain't doing that. Teddy ain't going to sling it either, but I think that's a factor of the offense. That's the play calling. That's a different discussion. But this guy's out here, he has time and he keeps making mistakes. He's done. He just doesn't, he's not built for it, and that's fine.
And y'all don't want to have a real discussion about how Teddy might have made the offensive line better than what it is with the quick throws that y'all killed him for. But y'all don't want to have that discussion. But anyway, I digress. This is about Sam. And Sam, listen, Sam needs CMC. And what I don't want to happen is us or anybody in the fan base screaming victory when CMC comes back, because that's not a franchise quarterback that is dependent on.
That proves that he's not a franchise quarterback.
Exactly. That's that goes back to the original point. When CMC comes back, and if and when we start winning games, that's just putting lipstick on a pig, bro. This offense should not be built around C-Mac, and the fact that it is not good.
Yo, man, I can't believe folks thought that because Darnold and Robbie played together in New York, that it should be a cohesion there. The man didn't get a 1,000-yard receiving season until Sam was not his quarterback. And everybody thought that Sam and Robbie had this great combination when they didn't. I don't understand the logic that I'm seeing out in these Panther Twitter streets. I don't understand it. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't see the town hall last night, because I don't understand it. I don't understand the rationale of what we're talking about here. That man, look, I said it the other week. The previous quarterback got a few wide receivers paid, and Robbie was one of them. I don't understand. But anyway, they're tired of us talking about the other guy. So let's move on.
I'm just saying, it's facts. It's facts. You know, we talking about him because Never mind. Anyway, Jeremy Chin. Shout out to Jeremy Chin, man. Jeremy Chin balled out, and Jeremy Chin is a dude that was he was performing, but it was a little quiet. It was quiet. But Jeremy Chin, he went off yesterday. And according to, let me go back to ESPN because sometimes PFF be lying. Let me check. Let me check his stat line on on. My bad, y'all. Do you have to run an errand, Dave?
I do. Yeah, let me go fix that.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I got it.
Find
So
okay.
Jeremy Chin is a guy. He had eight total tackles. He had one tackle for loss, a QB hit, and he was all over the place. He had a great sniff out on the screen. He's balling, bro, and it's unfortunate. Guys like Jeremy Chin, guys like Brian Burns, they're getting their careers right now wasted with this bum offense, and the defense is doing the best they can. And again, they are not without criticism, but they do have bright spots. As you can see, every week we have a defensive player on stock up because they're the only ones that tend to show up on a consistent basis. They're the only ones, right? They're the only ones that show up on a consistent basis. So Jeremy Chin, again, balling. I think he only allowed, let me see. He only allowed 29 yards receiving on 7 targets. Only allowed 5 receptions. So that's crazy. I mean, he's doing great work. Jeremy Chin is a baller, and they're just being wasted. They're being wasted right now. But what y'all think? What y'all think about Jeremy Chin, man? Dude's balling right now, bro. He's getting after it. And I myself even questioned the move to safety, and I thought that he would not be as effective playing safety. But today or yesterday proved that he can still ball wherever he's playing. So I like Jeremy Chin. Dave, any thoughts on Jeremy Chin? I know I caught you sitting down.
No, he had a good game, man. And he played well. The defense, like I think a lot of folks are giving the defense heat. Considering the circumstances, the defense played well. Like I can't beat up a defense that had so many drives to deal with. You know what I'm saying? The fact that the other team had 16 third down should have put a perspective on how many drives they had. They played the best that they could. I mean, the other side didn't help them. Special teams didn't help them.
No complimentary football, bro.
None.
They were on behind the sticks on like every drive. Like it was just ridiculous, bro. So shout out to the defense, man. They played as best they could, but they have no help from the offense. And again, when you have a team that's built on a defense, and again, it is possible. It's possible. We've seen in the past teams build all their defense. They build the defenses up, and they have serviceable offenses. Right now, offense is not serviceable. They can't sustain drives. Usually, those offenses have a solid run game where they can turn around, hand the football off, run it, and they can move the sticks. We don't have that. Our offense is below average. It sucks. And it is what it is. So, but Jeremy Chin, again, he's one of the bright spots. All right, moving on. Dave, I had to throw Robbie Anderson up here. He's struggling right now, bro. He's struggling right now. And I think I saw somebody say it earlier in the chat. Yes, the receivers have to help out Sam Darnold 100%. I agree with you.
Yep.
I think we have 17 drop passes, which is the most. I think that is more than
most in the league.
It's most in the league for sure, but I think it's 4 or 5 more than the next team below us. So we're leading the league in drops by a little bit. But again, it's complimentary football. Everybody has to play. Everybody has to do their part. But you can't blame everything on the receivers, right? Sam Darnold throwing the football into triple coverage, he got to eat that when he has time. It just seems like when the protection is good, Sam Darnold throws a pick, or the receiver drops the football, or when the protection isn't good, Sam gets sacked, or when it's always we can't get everything to work together. It just sucks. It's unfortunate that we can't get anything. That too. That happens. That happens.
It's the same. Happens. It's the same thing, man. Injuries are different. Catching the ball is different when you got the bag.
Yeah, and I was listening to Steve Smith talking on one of the radio shows today, and he was saying like, "Yo, it happens. Like we're getting in our own way. The offense, everything. We're just kind of getting our own way, and we can't. It's all up here. It's all in your head, and they just can't They're trying to do too much. They're trying to make these plays. They're trying to overcompensate, and it's all mental right now. And they got to get over the hump. When they
Stephen, just
get
so
over
you
the
know,
hump,
man, Stephen A is team rule. Like he's a big
man,
big
F
rule
that dude,
guy.
bro. Why you even bring him up?
I thought so. I thought that's who you was talking about.
No, I said Steve Smith.
Oh, Steve Smith. My bad.
There
I thought
it not no there. When I say
Oh,
Steve Smith, I mean Steve Smith.
I didn't hear the
Smitty.
Smith part. That's on me, man. My bad. I apologize. My bad.
Yeah,
I don't know if I don't
fucking
know. If,
bring that dude up, man. We
my
don't
bad.
pay no attention to that dude.
That's not my bad, man. I was kind of shocked you brought him up. I thought
Nah,
you brought him up.
I don't listen to that stuff, man. But yeah, man. Terrace Marshall got his muffin cap peeled back because Sam Darnold set him up. But I don't hear many people complaining about that. But never mind. I digress. Anyway, but Robbie Anderson got to do better, bro. Don't send your shooters at me, dog. But we got to do better. Something ain't right. He got paid, but we got to fix it. We got to fix it. We got to fix it for Robbie, bro. I think I don't know how many drops he has specifically. Let me see if I can find it.
There was one drop that wasn't his fault. I'll be honest. That was a bad throw by Sam. But the other ones were egregious. They were bad. He had a couple.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Just because we have the lowest catch rate doesn't mean y'all gonna be out here giving Sam a pass, though. It's not
Yeah,
good.
he does. His catch rate is terrible. There's a stat out there. He caught 18 of 49 targets this season. That's a catch rate of 37%, which is the lowest of any receiver in the NFL with 10 plus catches.
And we paid that. And we paid him.
Yeah, we paid him. And y'all killed me for saying it was a bad contract. It ain't had nothing to do with that. I just thought it was a bad contract because you got so many receivers already and you got to pay so many defensive players. But y'all killed me for that too. But anyway, but that's Robbie, bro. That's all I got on Robbie. Derrick Brown, man. Shout out to Derrick Brown. This dude balled out too. He was a baller, bro. I mean, and again, he is a guy that was pretty quiet. And again, his position doesn't really lend to too many like highlight reel plays. But the dude was balling. He had a great game. He had 3 total pressures. He had a sack, 2 hurries, 5 tackles. Like this dude was all over the field, bro. And I really like what I saw. He elevated his game, and it's been good because again, he was quiet. And again, I say that to say, and I'm always gonna, say that interior defensive tackle position does not lend to too many highlight reel plays. But when you do what he did yesterday, you're gonna catch somebody's attention. And he caught mine yesterday. Shout out to Derrick Brown, man. He had himself a hell of a game yesterday. Hell of a game. Any thoughts on him, Dave?
He balled, man. I love yo, man. The defense played so well yesterday, man. That's why it's so disappointing how the game ended. He balled, man. He had a really good day.
Yeah.
So frustrating.
It is frustrating because he balled. He balled for sure. We'll move past Derrick Brown, and we'll talk about the coaching. I've already done my coaching rant. It's the same. This same slide has been up here since the Eagles game, and it has not come off because coaching has got to be better. And again, I'm not killing Joe Brady. Some of the play calls were great, but I would like to see Sam Darnold on the move a little bit more. You saw it with Daniel Jones. With the Giants, they were moving the pocket. They were moving Daniel Jones around. He was able to find dudes on the run. They had some design runs for him. I'd like to see a little bit more there on the offense side. Again, I'm not blaming Joe Brady. I'm not saying it's all his fault. But just having, and again, going back to my original point with Matt Rule being a motivator, a people motivator. Like, I'm not seeing your team respond, bro. Your team is not responding. And for you to be a people motivator and for them to not get your message, it speaks volumes to me, bro. Because again, you got to be good at something. Either you're a defensive coach, you're an offensive coach, or you're a motivator. You're a people guy. And he's a people guy. And he ain't doing his job. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Every week, it becomes clearer and clearer that Brady wasn't hired by him. Every week. But does he have? You're gonna find out who really has the power, right? Because if I was him, he would take that play call and dudes away from Brady, bro. He has to.
Who we gonna give it to?
It doesn't matter. You
It
give it to
does
someone.
matter.
No, you give it to somebody else. Somebody with NFL experience. Anybody. Anybody. Somebody else. You can't keep him. You can't. There's no way you can convince me that after you only score 3 points against one of the worst defenses in the NFL, that it's okay to keep the play call duties to him. Anybody.
Apparently, they met this morning. Those two guys met and discussed some of the situational stuff. And Matt Rule said that when we looked at it, I didn't think there was any play calls that made me go, hey, why do we call that play? It's more about the execution with the players. And I think that's partially true. But my thing is this: you've had the same issues. These are the same issues, right?
Execution ain't gonna fix what the hell I saw yesterday, bro.
No, but
that ain't gonna be enough.
I agree with you. I agree. But what I'm saying is, Dave, is that you have to find a better way to put the players in better positions to succeed. Like, you have to be better. Like, you have to compensate with your play calling, right? And again, I'm not saying it's all Joe Brady's fault, because some of it does rely. Like, again, he can't miss he's not the one out there missing 4-yard passes. To your boy Thompson.
But it's sometimes not even about that. It's about how you adjust. It's about how you come out of the half. Like, right. There's a lot of other issues.
I agree, Dave, because you talked about it. If you go back and watch this game, what was the best drive we had?
Shit, I don't know.
There was the opening drive was the best drive we had, which means that when things are going right, cool, but you don't know how to adjust. You don't know how to adjust when shit hits the fan. We gotta do something different. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know how to get it right once things are going bad.
I'm gonna make a comment, and it might I don't care. So everybody, I keep seeing folks in the chat talking about Watson. I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked about the enemy. Why in the hell would he want to come here? There's no stability here. Like, you trust this guy to keep your career going the way that he's calling plays now? I wouldn't. But okay. Carry on.
I don't know. I don't know.
Miami's got more stability than we do.
I disagree.
You think so?
Yeah, they got some issues too, bro.
They got issues, but I think if they get Watson, I don't think Stephen Ross is ready to make a change right now. I think Tepper is. That's the difference. You follow me? Like, I don't think Stephen Ross is an old owner. He kind of wants to just have that opportunity before he leaves this earth. So I don't think Stephen Ross is going to blow the whole shit up if he can get Watson. I could see us still blow the shit up even with Watson.
So that's we hold the thought. We're gonna talk about Watson a little bit later, but hold that thought. But let's get through these real quick. Brian Burns, welcome back, sir. Brian Burns had himself a hell of a game today on Sunday too. His stat line was wild. Let me pull it up real quick. Brian Burns. He had four total pressures, 1 sack, 1 QB hit, 2 hurries, 3 total tackles. So he's all over the field. He caught Daniel Jones in the backfield, which counted as a QB run. So that second sack didn't count. But this dude, I mean, he took notice. He's still getting double teamed. But he played through it, bro. He played through it. And that's good to see him back on the right side of these sacks, because he needed those to catch up with Hassan. But anything else on Brian Burns Day?
No, he finally got him one, so I'm happy for him.
Yep. All right, so moving on. Here is the sack counter.
He's catching up, man. He's got time.
One at a time. One at a time.
Chip away.
One at a time. I need Hassan to cut. It's like they take a game off and then they come through.
He's gonna chip away, man.
So we'll see. We'll see who's gonna win the race for the golf cart. All right. All right. So real quick, I didn't have the offensive line on stock up or stock down, but here this is interesting.
They played well.
This is the pass blocking grades, specifically the pass blocking grades for the offensive line, right? Because I also have the total blocking grades, which you'll see there's a stark difference. But from a pass blocking perspective, everybody blames the offensive line, right? Which, if you actually watch the game, Sam had a decent amount of time, bro. Like he had some time to get some things figured out, and he just couldn't. He didn't execute. He didn't execute. So this is from a pass blocking perspective, the grades. So it's interesting.
It's the best one. This is the best grades they've had all season.
I believe so. I believe this is
the best. These are like normally you got at least one red guy. You have like maybe two greens, couple reds, and a yellow. There's only one yellow in this picture, and it's the rookie, which is expected. Even Michael Jordan was out here balling, bro.
And not on the court.
Nope.
Man, I could do that all day, bro.
I know. We can. Even his presser was hilarious. He talked about some of the stories about his name being Michael Jordan.
Yes, I saw it. I saw it. But yeah, man, I mean, again, we can't put it all on the offensive line. I think it's a combination. It's layers to this. The issue is complex, bro. It's not just one thing. Go ahead.
But keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. John Miller is going to be out for a couple weeks.
Yep. John Miller will be out, so we got to find a replacement.
Maybe they'll put Daly there.
Daly is already said he feels more comfortable at left.
All right, so
Trent Scott can play both.
So put Trent there,
and he took some snaps there too. A couple guys took snaps when John Miller went out at left tackle, but these were the guys who played the most snaps. But so that was the pass block. Here is their total grades. So this includes run blocking and pass blocking. So this speaks to exactly why
Christensen can block his ass off.
This speaks to why we struggled in the run game, right? Because this is a combination of both the run and the pass blocking. So it's interesting. Just keep that in mind, bro. We got issues on the offensive line, and again, this is not something that has been a problem that just occurred, right? We've had this issue for a long time. It's been such a problem, Dave. Such a problem that, Dave, we have gone through 16 left tackles. 16 starting left tackles since 2014. And y'all heard me rant and rave about how we need to adjust the left tackle position. But we've had 16 dudes take left tackle snaps since 2014. It's got to be some kind of record.
Oh my God.
It's got to be some kind of record, bro.
16, this is terrible.
Bro. 16 dudes.
Since 2014.
Since 2014, bro.
Dog.
I ain't even go back.
Guys, think about that. That's 1 year before the Super Bowl year. We've had 16 left tackles. So, and the thing is, we only had 3 during the Super Bowl year. And then after that, it got crazy. Rimmers, remember Mike Rimmers? Oh, that was brutal. Matt Khalil.
Look at 2008. 2018 was a rough year, bro.
Taylor
2018 was rough.
Newhouse, Darrell Williams in 2019, Greg Little, Dennis Daly. Nah, that's bad, man.
2020, again, everybody talks about how our offensive line wasn't good. Listen, dude,
you had 3 350 starters on the left tackle side.
Bingo.
No, 4. Excuse me. No, 5. You had 5 different starting left tackles last year. 5. Fam.
Yep.
5. And y'all gave Teddy all that heat. He had 5 different people protecting his blind side all season. 5. That's wild, man.
but yeah, it's not pretty. I just a visual representation of what we've been dealing with over the past couple years with the left tackle. And this is why I've been so adamant about us getting a left. This is why I was so big on the Slater train. This is why I am the way I am with the offensive line. And again, you don't have to have an elite offensive line. We need to get to a place where we're at least serviceable, bro. We're not even serviceable. We haven't been serviceable in a long time. And I think drafting a left tackle will go a long way. If you draft a left tackle and put him next to Taylor Moton for the next 4 to 5 years, have them together, you're gonna see some improvement on the offensive line. Guards, you can play around with the guards and shift some dudes, but left tackle needs to be fixed. Needs to be fixed.
Terrible.
But
terrible.
Just saying.
Terrible.
Just saying. All right, so this is the left tackle issue. Now we got a bigger issue here. What are we doing, Dave? Let's talk about it.
2 out of those 3 guys aren't possibilities. So
what are we talking about? What are we talking about here, Dave? A lot of Deshaun Watson chatter.
I don't know why.
A lot of folks want us to get Cam back. Some people saying we just stick with Sam. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna go through the pros and cons of each, and I want y'all opinion, bro. I want y'all opinion. I've already put something out there on Twitter. I may do another poll on this YouTube, but this is tough, bro. This is tough. So let's talk about it, Dave. We got to talk about it. The elephant in the room, Deshaun Watson. What are we gonna do? So the rumor has it right now that the Panthers are in the discussions after yesterday, the piss poor effort that we saw yesterday from the quarterback position and the offense and the team as a whole, that the Panthers are now in talks with the Texans on a potential trade for Deshaun Watson. Now, I want your thoughts on this, Dave. What are your thoughts on Deshaun Watson? We haven't touched it. We've been real quiet. We talked about a little bit about it on yesterday, but let's talk about it a little bit more in depth here.
It's a waste of our time. It's a waste of our time. The only reason why we're involved is so Miami has to pay the right price. Nothing more, nothing less, in my opinion. It's a waste of our time. He's not coming here. He's not coming here. Like, there's so many layers to it, right? Like, the first thing is that he has to agree to come here. That's not a done deal. Like, I think he's open to go to other teams, but supposedly, according to reports, he already said no to Philadelphia because Philadelphia was in the running too. And he already said no to Philadelphia. So you're not like, he could come to Carolina. We can roll with he played at Clemson. It's home, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, why would you want to come here? Like,
I mean, there's a couple. I mean, he's got Sean, his quarterback's coach is here. There's reasons why he would want to come here, bro. Like, let's not say that there's reasons why. And for him, I think he really shouldn't, to be honest, care about where he's going. He should be grateful.
Nah, he got that. Dude, that no trade clause is that no trade clause. He could just sit and get paid to get inactive. He could do that too.
Dave. Yeah, but that's only going to take.
The NFL is not going to do nothing as long as Houston's willing to pay him to be inactive every week. So he can just sit there and collect his bag in Houston, and then they can figure it out next year. I think Houston's concerned because they don't want him there anymore because of the distraction. But the reality is he can just sit there in Houston. And
they're gonna trade this man.
He's gonna be traded tomorrow. Like I believe Sheena quit. Shout out to Sheena.
Yep,
he's getting traded tomorrow.
Sheena has said the reports are on the table that there's a deal in place and it's pretty much going to be done by tomorrow. And so this was stated before we lost yesterday. So if you think it's the Panthers, it's probably not unless something has changed between now or yesterday and today. Yesterday and today.
Yeah, like I think if it doesn't happen tomorrow, then maybe Carolina is kind of trying to put some type of a push. But I think until we get an idea of whether or not he's willing to come here, because that hasn't been set in stone yet, it's going to be Deshaun Watson's decision of where he's going to go. He's basically going to get to pick his place because he has the no trade clause. And I think,
but I think it's deeper than that, bro. I think it's deeper than just the no trade. This dude's got some legal issues. He gotta get hammered out, bro. And who's to say that stuff is gonna get? Who's gonna be willing to accept it? Because at the end of the day, if you look at past history, right, Jameis Winston, He got suspended for 3 games for the groping incident. Ben Roethlisberger got 6 games sexual assault. This dude seems to be a little bit more.
He's getting at least 8 guys.
Yeah, it seems to be a little bit more than that. And
he's,
again, I'm not.
And the other thing too, man, and this is the thing that bothers me more than anything else. And I don't know what the conclusion. I don't know what happened. Only him and the victims know what happened. But the reality of the matter is this: we ain't exactly got the best image when it comes to this shit. The optics were terrible if we traded for this guy, considering what we've already gone through.
Facts.
So like I think it's a waste of our time. I really do. I think you guys are just focused on the football aspect and not focused on everything else around it. And I think that's part of the reason why you guys don't understand why Cam was released either. Because you guys don't understand the optics around shit sometimes. And this is another example of that. You guys are worried about what he is, not thinking about what else is coming with it. And I think it's too risky, man. The reality, and then you're not gonna. It's not a guarantee that you're gonna have some level of stability and things of that sort.
So and then when Dave is touching on the cons, right? Because that's the bad part about it. You got the unresolved legal issues, and then the aura that comes with that, right? The whole thing that we went through with Jerry Richardson, then bringing another dude like that. And again, I'm not here to judge. I don't know what happened. I'm not one of them dudes to just say this dude should go to hell. And hate, we got so many judgmental people out there. I hope y'all shit is straight too. Like all those judgmental people saying blah 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 about.
Don't worry, it's not. It's not, Rashad. Don't worry.
I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. I just hope y'all shit is straight too. That's why you won't ever hear me like badmouth nobody, because everybody got their own shit going on. And I just hope y'all shit is straight too, because there's a lot of people talking real reckless about what's going on about other people's situations. And I hope y'all shit is in order too. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But anyway, because I'm not here to judge. No, I try my best not to judge people's personal situations, because they ain't none of my damn business, and it shouldn't be none of yours either. And
all I'm gonna say is this: if the criminal, like it has transformed from being just a civil issue to being a civil and a criminal issue, and a criminal issue could send this dude to jail. Now, do I think he's gonna go to jail? Probably not, but it's a possibility. And that changes things too. The NFL can punish you whether it's civil or criminal, either way. But I don't think there's a better way to do it. I think considering what it took to get the last owner out of here, right? And you're going to bring somebody who's got some of those trends that possibly might have done it. Not wise. But, the way that this thing has been going is not about what happened anyway, because he's going to get traded next week. He's going to get traded by tomorrow. At worst case scenario, by November 2nd. And then we're going to be having discussions about why we focus on that versus the situation at hand.
So just to quickly go through the rest of these cons, right? So what do we got to give up? We already heard the stories. I don't think they're going to get anything near what they're asking for. They might get up. I don't think they are. They're not getting what they're asking for, Dave.
They're getting They're getting at least 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, but all the other players that were talked about, and they're not getting all that. The picks they might get.
No. If we trade for them, they're absolutely going to get all that.
I don't think they're getting. I don't think they're getting half of what they asked for.
Man, if we trade for him, Houston's going to get exactly what they want.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will. That's why they're doing what they're doing. Like, do you honestly think that Miami's been in this the whole way? Miami and Houston been trying to get this ironed out for months. Do you honestly think that our name or another team's name coming out of this isn't about trying to get the price up? Believe you me, Tepper saw what the hell we saw yesterday. He gonna overpay for this man. Houston's going to get exactly what he wants if Deshaun Watson ends up in Carolina. We're going to give up 3 first-round picks and some players. And there ain't going to be no scrub players either. Some actual players.
No, I'm talking about what was the initial ask?
3 firsts, 2 seconds, and like some players. Starters.
No, what kind of players?
Like starters. On the defensive side, preferably.
They're not getting all of that. They're not.
I promise you, bro.
They will get.
The 3 first.
They're gonna get the 3 first. That's no non.
And they're gonna get 2 starters.
And they're gonna.
If we trade for them, that's what it's gonna take. I'm telling you,
they're not getting that. They're not getting that from anybody. They deal with.
Bro, we were willing to give up. What we're willing to give up for Matt Stafford?
They're not gonna get it, bro. Like, of course you put that shit out there. They're not getting that, bro. I'm telling you, they're not.
Would the Panthers give up Dante Jackson? Yes.
I would do that.
Yes, they would give him up. Yes.
And so, Dave, do you think? And that brings up another question. Do you think that the acquisition of all of the cornerbacks is part of that? Like, we acquired all these young cornerbacks and vet cornerbacks.
I think.
Do you think that could be a part of us looking to get a Deshaun?
I think Dante Jackson would be part of the deal. There's not a doubt in my mind. It'll be like 3 first-round picks, Dante Jackson. It'll be a player that you guys are not going to like losing. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's going to be somebody you ain't going to like losing. Somebody like a Jeremy Chin or Brian Burns. I'm telling you, bro.
It's not happening, bro.
Tepper's that dude.
That's not happening, bro.
Okay. The only way it's not happening is that he's going to Miami. If he's going to Miami, you're right. It's not happening. If he's going to Miami.
So what is Miami giving up? What is Miami giving up?
They're going to give up 3 first-round picks and probably 2 seconds. They might not have to give up any players.
Which is what I'm saying. They're not going to get what they asked for.
The difference is that Tepper is going to try to outpay him. We ain't got seconds to give. We already gave one away for Sam Darnold. We ain't got seconds to give.
They're not going to get what they asked for.
Fam, I promise. Yeah, they might. Byron Jones is a good point. They might have to give up Byron Jones. They might have to give up Byron Jones. But listen, I'm telling you, bro, we're going to have to pay more than what Miami would have to pay because Tepper's trying to get in there in the 11th hour. Not a doubt in my mind we're going to overpay for this guy if we get him. So when y'all see it, I don't want to hear nothing. I'm just going to do the break. We're going to hop on the stream. We're going to talk about it, and I'm just going to look. And
I don't think they're getting. I think Dante Jackson could be a part of that for sure. I'm not arguing with
Dante Jackson,
but they're not. They're not going to get a Jeremy
somebody
Chin
you
or
guys
Brian
ain't
Burns.
gonna like.
They're not. It's not. It'll be like a Yetur Gross Matos or something like that.
No way.
Watch.
Not strong enough, yo.
Watch.
Not potent enough for these streets, man.
Watch.
Tepper is gonna give up whatever the hell it takes. And there were some folks who said whatever it takes to get him.
Nah, they're not getting all that. But so
what would you do if we traded what did you do if we traded DJ Moore?
Nah, I'd be pissed.
You'd be pissed?
I'd be pissed.
Yeah, you should be.
I'd be pissed.
But that's another reason why I don't think he's not going to go either. Because I think Tepper's going to be willing to give up way more. And he's going to and Deshaun's not a dummy. Deshaun's going to understand that he's not going to be able to get pieces around him in a Carolina state because I know we're going to have to overpay to go get him. That's just how I feel about it. We're going to have to overpay to get this man.
Yeah. All right, so just for his injury history too, he's got 2 ACL tears, a broken collarbone, lower back injury, and I feel like you're gonna have to give up something. Those draft picks, that's a lot. But I'll say this: the way that Scott Fitter has been moving and grooving and moving around in the draft, if he's able to continue that, I think he could make up. Not to say he'll get back in the first round. But I think that he'll be able to make up for some of that if they're smart about it. So I don't know. Again, I don't know. I'm gonna get through the rest of this list, and then I will tell you my ultimate decision. I feel like Deshaun is. I think he's a viable option, bro. I think it's somebody.
Federer can't move and groove around the draft. He ain't got picks to move and groove around.
Sure, you can. You can move future picks. You sure can. Yeah, you can.
You can move future picks. You can move players.
You move it. You can move it. You absolutely can move and groove. He says, "What's the most you'd be willing to give up?" The first round picks, I don't have a problem with.
3 first round picks.
Because ideally, if you have Deshaun Watson on your team, you're picking late anyway.
Not with Matt Rule as your coach.
That speaks to another. But I said
that's my
under
problem,
ideal
man.
circumstances, you're picking late with those picks.
That's my
if
problem,
you have
bro.
Deshaun Watson.
We should be picking late right now, but instead we're about to give the Jets a top 40 pick.
Yeah, I mean that's the part. You have to execute, right? You have to. Shit has to go well.
God, man.
But there's so many questions about when he's gonna play, if he's not gonna be available. It's
They're
just
saying he's going to
a
be
lot of
available immediately. They're saying that he's going to be available to play immediately. Barring some legal issue popping up, he will be available to play. If he gets traded tomorrow, he could play this Sunday. And I'm serious.
So what? So okay. So and then what happens when the legal issues get resolved, whether good or bad?
Oh, he's going to get suspended. It's not a
That's
doubt in
my
my
point.
mind.
That's my point. So you have to deal with that, and you have to take an L for those games. You have to plan for him not being available.
We about to bring in a quarterback who has an injury history here with no offensive line, and people think that he will pick this place over Miami. And all due respect to Charlotte, I'm pretty sure Charlotte's a nice city. It ain't Miami.
It ain't tax free either.
It ain't tax free either. So like, what? Like, dude, like, guys, think about why he wants to pick Miami. There's a lot of other factors involved about picking Miami over Charlotte.
Yeah, and so here's
about. I don't know if it's about winning for him anymore.
And this is important too. The Texans won't protect the picks.
Not at all.
They won't be conditional or none of that. So it's gonna be.
You're gonna have to give him them picks, and you're not gonna know what's gonna happen with the situation. That man could go to jail. That man could be suspended for a season.
Yep.
He could be put on the exempt list. There's a lot of other factors here that nobody's thinking about. It's too risky,
there's
man.
layers. It's a lot of layers to it, bro. It's not that simple, bro. It's not that simple.
I don't know. Is the line worse than ours? Is Dolphins line worse than ours? But he don't care about that. That's the thing. Tua just threw for 300 yards on Sunday behind that awful line. So, I mean, if Tua could throw for 300, what do you think Deshaun could do with that line?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But let's move on to the other options.
Let's go to these other options.
All right, you got Ace Boogie. Okay, you could bring back Cam Newton, who's currently unemployed. He is currently sitting at home in Atlanta, recording vlogs, being a YouTube star,
and going to Auburn games, sitting with a shirtless Bruce Pearl.
Yeah.
I mean, he's living the life, man.
The pros, I mean, they speak for themselves, right? Bringing Cam Newton back to Charlotte, you want to talk about getting dudes back in the seat, putting Panther fans back in the seats, and filling up the stadiums. That's gonna do it. Bringing Cam back is gonna do that. He's familiar with DJ. He has a rapport with DJ Moore. He knows C-Mac. He knows Taylor Moton. All these guys that you're building your franchise around. He knows those guys. He's played with those guys. His contract is going to be favorable. He's not going to sign a huge deal. He's off that. He's not going to get a big deal anymore. So there's a lot of pros to bringing Cam back. Now, the negative is he going to, after all that occurred with him being booted out of Charlotte, is he going to be willing to come back here, and will he mesh with the coaching staff?
Maybe there's a new coaching staff.
That's where this goes. That's where shit hits the fan with this.
Maybe there's a new coaching staff.
Maybe.
Oh, there's not a doubt in my mind. I mean, there was a coach that said they wanted to work with Cam Newton that we didn't hire and went with rules. So, I mean, there's a new coach staff, maybe. Not right now. He ain't coming here. Not with that coaching staff.
I don't think.
And the thing is, I don't think he has an issue with Tep. I think he can roll with Tep. I think the issue is the coaching staff. No way. No way. The coaching staff showed me everything I needed to see from the standpoint of what they expected out of their out of the team. They didn't want somebody to be a guy. They didn't want him to be the guy. So there's no way in hell he'll come back here with this current coaching staff.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna willingly come back here either.
Nope.
I'm just putting it out there that I think if enough pleas were copped on behalf of David Tepper and Matt Rule, I think it would be a possibility. I don't think the owner is willing to cop those pleas, and I don't think that is going to happen. But I think the situation is fucking perfect. Like,
oh yeah,
the stars have aligned for this to happen.
This would be the most talented. This would be the most talented roster this man's ever had.
All things not considered, with the ownership and all the external factors, this is the perfect. If you took the logos off the jersey, and you took everything that happened out of the scenario, this is the perfect place for Cam.
I cannot believe how we fumbled this shit, man.
Yeah, it's terrible, bro. And he should
cannot. I cannot believe how we fumbled this shit. Like, I cannot believe it. It's unbelievable. The fact that we even bringing this back up tells you how much we fumbled this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unbelievable. Uncanny. And the thing is, I knew why. I understood why. I didn't have to agree with it.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Cam,
Jesus,
I mean,
man.
it'd be great to have him back, bro. Especially you want to talk about a franchise that's in peril right now, and they need something. Because C-Mac, they wanted him to be the face of the franchise, but C-Mac ain't putting butts in the seats. So I don't know.
He's not.
I think if this were another team, given the scenario that we're in with the struggling quarterback, this would be a perfect scenario, man. But because it's the Panthers, it's not
There's
going to
no way
work.
he's coming here.
It's not going to
Nope.
happen. It's not going to happen.
Unless there's a lot more changes in that. Unless there's changes in the coaching staff in the front office, possibly. But, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Terrible.
All right. Here's the last option. Stick with Sam. Are there any pros to this day? I posed the question to you guys. What are the pros?
Yeah. We can get a quarterback in 2023. There's your pro. You don't give up any more draft capital. You don't take a big cap hit. And end up paying for 2 quarterbacks instead of just 3 quarterbacks instead of just 2, like you are now. There are some pros. They ain't many.
I'm not sure I understand your pros, Dave.
Nah,
I don't think your pros are pros.
You get a quarterback in 2023. You get a new coaching staff 2023. Because the bottom line is, man.
Oh, okay. You looking at it?
You see what I'm saying? You get to start over.
I'm looking.
He goes
I'm
from
talking about.
He goes from Sam Darnold to Sam Newton to Sam Clausen. So he just does the circle of life.
Yo, did you just Sam Clausen, Sam Darnold? Fam.
So you get the circle of life.
Yo, hold on. Stop. Yo, Dave just called this dude Sam Clausen.
I mean, it's the circle of life, man.
Let that sink in for a second. A lot of y'all wasn't around back then. Some of y'all wasn't around. But this dude just called him Sam Clausen, dog.
Without Jimmy C, you don't get Cam.
That's a fact.
So you don't. So you got to have the circle of life. So the bottom line is that man went from Sam Darnold to Sam Newton to Sam Clausen in a span of 7 games. That's where he's at, bro. Like, we had cats talking about he was the best quarterback in Panthers history. And I was trying to cut him some stock saying he might be top 5, but now I'm about to start having a discussion about bottom 5 the way he playing. When you start looking at the quarterback hierarchies of Panther history.
And if y'all, I see a lot of people talking about drafts. Yo, this is not the draft for to pick a quarterback.
That's not. That's why I said 2023.
That's what makes this so unfortunate, dog. The quarterbacks in this draft are not nowhere near what they were last year, and those guys are struggling. So imagine what's going to happen with this bunch of. Again, a lot of people had Spencer Rattler as the top quarterback coming into 2022 or 2021, 2022, and he's benched. Probably going to transfer, so he's probably not even going to declare this year. Sam Howell, he ain't it. He was a product of all the weapons he had around him. So a lot of guys. Malik Willis, I love him. I think he's going to be great, but he's not the guy you're going to put out there. He needs a year to sit. So maybe you take him this year, but I don't know if I trust that this coaching staff is going to be around long enough for them to. I don't want this. I put it this way: I don't want this coaching staff drafting a quarterback.
Because I don't want this coaching staff.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous that they won't be around and it sets us back even further.
Rashad, I've been saying it for so long, bro. I don't want this coaching staff starting another quarterback unless it's injury based. Period.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I agree with you. I agree with you. We've been on record.
I don't want them coaching Deshaun. I don't want them coaching none of these guys except for Sam Darnold and PJ Walker. That's it. That's all I want. I don't want them coaching no more quarterbacks, bro. I've already seen how their coaching is. That's where I'm at. I don't want them coaching no more quarterbacks.
Yeah, so Matt Corral is a guy that I like. I like Matt Corral. Again, if you listen to me, I've on some of my draft stuff, I've been hyping up Matt Corral since before the season started. So I do like Matt Corral, but that offense is I don't know if it translates, man. I don't know if he's got a huge arm though. He's got a huge arm. You want to talk about deep balls, pause? He's got one of the best ones I've seen. Him between him and Malik Willis, they've got huge arms. So I mean, I just don't know if I want this coaching staff taking another quarter because I'm not sure that they're going to be around long enough to, and then it just sets us back even further. The next coaching staff is going to want their own quarterbacks and so on and so on. That's how this thing works.
Thing is, there's
I've
no
seen it
guarantee
all
they're
before.
going to be around
Heard it
after
all
this
before.
year, regardless of what we do. And that's what folks failing to realize. So I'm just saying, man, this is your quarterback for the remainder of the season, unless he gets benched for PJ Walker. This is it. This is what was decided.
Yeah, man. So
this is your guy.
I mean, really, we've kind of backed ourselves in the corner, really, honestly. And I think that without making a drastic decision, like a knee-jerk reaction to go get Deshaun Watson, the only realistic choice is to stick with Sam. And that's really what we're left with because what we've backed ourselves into a hole. You picked up the 5th-year option, you're gonna pay him. So either you're talking about doing the same thing you did with Teddy Bridgewater, you're paying him for multiple years. If you walk away from Sam, you're gonna end up paying him the $18 million, which is not a terrible amount of money in regards to a starting quarterback. If he was a starter, it's a hell of a deal. It's a hell of a deal. But if he's not, it's a lot of money to be paying a dude to not play in your squad.
You remember when when we were talking about why it would take us so long to do the 5th-year option for him, and you were saying, "Oh, they're trying to get Fields," and I kept saying, "Nope, they're trying to trade down."
Yeah,
I bet you wish we went after Fields at this point.
Yeah,
because man,
it sucks. I think Sam is broken, dog. I think again, I'm not falling into mirage like a lot of people will. If he comes back, if CMC comes back and he plays well, I'm not falling into that shit. I'm not doing it, and you shouldn't either. If you're watching this, no quarterback should rely, and no offensive coordinator should rely that much on a running back, bro. And I know what he brings to the game, but it should not be. It shouldn't work like that, fam. It should.
He's got like 10, right? How many turnovers does Sam Darnold have? I think it's like fumbles, 10.
It's a lot.
8 interceptions. I know that much.
It's a lot.
Let me see. Let me count. I'm not sure.
It's a lot, fam.
It's more than it needs to be. Let's see here. He's lost 2 fumbles.
Yeah, it'd be 10 then.
And then he's thrown 8 interceptions.
So that's 10.
That's 10 turnovers.
Yo, I saw somebody post what his stats were on pace for, and it was crazy. It was like 19 interceptions, like 17 touchdowns. It was something wild. Like it was some wild shit. But yeah, so I
did my fantasy projection. I'm trying to remember what I said before the season, and I got flamed over it too. I remember that part. I got flamed over the whole Sam Darnold projection. I gotta find those slides. I'm gonna find them. When I find them, I'm gonna tell you what I projected because I can't remember right now. But let's see
here. So next up, we got the Atlanta Falcons I-85 rivalry. We got to go down to Atlanta and play them on the road. You know, we don't fare that well on the road in Atlanta. And so, again, this is a damn must-win game for the Panthers. And if you look at the standings right now, we at the bottom. We went from first to last.
And so I found my fantasy projection for Sam Darnold. I had him going 306 for 510 for about 3,570 yards, 24 touchdowns, 15 picks, 4 rushing touchdowns. So he beat that already. boy.
That's solid though. I think you need to up them interceptions and lower the touchdowns, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty solid.
yeah. I had him running for 200 yards. So, but yeah, it still wasn't good enough to be draftable. You know, I was looking like an idiot after the first 3 weeks, but now I'm looking pretty good now. So it's bad, man.
No, I mean you're right. Yo, you're right, bro. You're right. You're right. I mean y'all are right, but at the end of the day, man, it's Falcons week, and it shout out to Big Low. We're gonna have Big Low up here tomorrow. I think it's gonna be 8 o'clock. We
It'll
have
be 8 o'clock. Shoot for 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so yeah, eight o'clock is what he said. So I think we're gonna stream on both channels. So again, sucks, man. It sucks. Here we go. Here's the standings.
Oof.
Here's the standings. We're at the bottom of the barrel again. In fact, no, last year we weren't on the bottom of the barrel.
We were 4-3.
I'm talking about at the end of the season.
Oh, you weren't. We weren't.
So yeah, man. It is what it is, bro.
Squad.
And just like I said last week, it wasn't too early. I put it up. Here's the draft order right now. If the season ended today, we'd be picking 14th. And we moved up one spot from last week. We were picking 15th last week. Now we're moved up to 14th. So
you know why? Well, no, that ain't why. Because Chicago had that pick. Because the Giants are still 2-5. So
we're moving on up.
The wrong way. This ain't the moving up you want. Look at Philadelphia, bro.
Yo, they stacked.
Philadelphia got 3 picks in the top 13.
I don't think they're gonna keep them all, but I think they probably keep 2 and trade one of them.
Dog, the one that's wild is the Miami one.
Yeah, that Miami pick, bro. Could be a number 1 overall pick.
It could be.
Well,
nah, Detroit might not win a game, bro.
If they get Deshaun.
Well, the thing is, they ain't got that pick to trade. That's why like a lot of folks thought that Philadelphia probably could have given what Miami wanted, but Deshaun didn't want to go to Philadelphia. So that ended that. Because Philadelphia's got 3 first-round picks they can give away for next year. Houston would take that in a heartbeat. So, but Philadelphia, Deshaun rejected Philadelphia. He didn't want to go there. So
yeah, that's the draft order. And do you want to open the phone lines a little bit, Dave?
Yeah, let's open them up.
And once again, let me stop sharing. Give me a second. Let me get the audio shared. Yeah, I might not be able to do it because of my headphones. Y'all gonna get some feedback. Yeah, y'all might get feedback if I share it. Let me see if I can get my headphones fixed real quick.
Oh, you gotta catch that, man.
But yeah, man, it sucks. Sucks, man.
We like mediocre.
And then Dave didn't want to do the show earlier when we first started.
I didn't.
Yo, hey, we almost said F it, yo. We was like, nah, we ain't gonna do the show, bro. But Dave,
I've been sitting in training all day at work. So, my mindset wasn't prepared for what we had to deal with tonight. But we got through it, man. I got my venting off. We could have had Stefanski, man. I can't believe this shit.
Yeah, and Andrew Berry.
Yep. Can't believe this shit. And I would love to see Rule turn around. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. I would like to see it. I just don't see any reasons why I think that he could do it. That's why I think if he loses to Atlanta, man, I think the team is lost. I think he loses. I think he might have lost the team.
Yeah.
And then I think the Patriots will finish him off the following week at home.
Ooh, yeah, the Patriots are tough, bro. That's no shoe in, bro. Airbnb. Yeah, he is still available. He ain't coming here.
Cam ain't here no more. He wanted to coach Cam. Like, I think people think that like, as much as I think Bieniemy wants a head coaching job, I don't think he's just gonna take any head coaching job. And I think that's something that some of you guys aren't realizing. He ain't gonna just take a head coaching job, but he could just wait on the Chiefs job to open up. like, you know what I'm saying? And he can coach Patrick Mahomes for the next 10 years. So I think that there's a false perception that the enemy's just gonna go anywhere.
I do think
Noli said he's trying to call in.
Yeah, I know, but y'all might get feedback if I share my. I'll do it, but if y'all, because I can't get my headphones to work. Give me 1 second.
That's why you need to get a wire, bro.
I'm gonna have the wire. Just got it connected. If it's echo, it ain't my fault. Well, it is my fault, but ain't nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about another quarterback option.
What's the other quarterback option?
Aaron Rodgers.
Man, that ain't happening. You want to talk about dude choosing? He definitely not choosing to come here.
I mean, a lot of folks didn't think Brady would choose Tampa, and he did. So
no, that made a lot more sense. All right, go ahead and call in, y'all.
Call from
Noli.
Can y'all hear that okay?
Yeah, it's all good.
Can you hear me, Noli?
He probably won't be able to hear you. Go ahead, Noli. What you got?
All right. Well, just wanted to say, great show as always. I disagree with the point about Brady. I want all these coaches going, but I think he's getting too much flack. Yes, he's very overrated, but to me, there's nothing you can do when you have Sam Darnold at quarterback. He is that much of a liability. You can try to adjust all day. I mean, there is nothing you can do. He is so trash. He's literally Jimmy Clausen. I don't care if you have the greatest play caller of all time. He is so terrible. I think Brady's hands is tied behind his back. I actually don't mind his offense. We saw Teddy ran it well last year, but Darnold is that bad. I didn't expect him to be this bad, but Darnold is terrible. So hopefully Brady and all these coaches can leave, but people are just blaming. Yeah, that's BS. I did not want Sam Darnold. That's a lie. That's a cap right there, Trill. Anyway, yeah, it's just people are blaming it all on Brady as if Sean Ryan wanted to take over play calling, he would be better. He wouldn't. And Dave, I want to ask you, this is reminding me of George Seifert. I ain't gonna lie. And I heard that. I'm getting George Seifert vibes right here.
But here's the difference. I don't know how much you can hear, but here's the distinct difference between George Seifert and Matt Rule. George Seifert won a Super Bowl. He had NFL experience. He just ran into a bad situation. He had a rough situation in Charlotte. But Seifert proven himself in the NFL, whether he took over somebody else's team or not. He still got there. Rule ain't done anything in the NFL level. So
yeah, go ahead, Nolan.
Yeah, I agree. It's just what I mean by George Seifert is like that 1 in 15 year was rough, but I don't see how many more games we can win. It's just people want to bring up Rivera's first 2 years. At least the offense was competitive. Like our issue was we couldn't close the games out. You know, we were at least there was life. Like, you know, it was entertaining to watch. It was frustrating at the end, but like this offense literally is reminding me of the 2 and 14 team when we had Jimmy Clausen and Jeff King, and like It's just like pathetic, and they're too talented to
Yep.
be this horrible.
A lot of
Way too
wasted talent right now.
I'm like shocked. Like we've seen us struggle on offense with Cam at times before, but like this is just horrible. So yeah, I think Tepper has to pull the plug. I don't know if he will, but yeah. Final thing I'll say is, we were afraid of Jerry Jones, of Tepper being a Jerry Jones type, but he's on Jimmy Haslam right now with the way things are going. And
Sheesh.
I'm hoping for the best, but like Dave, I went to Best Buy at halftime, and I came back halfway through the fourth quarter. I was cool. I caught all the updates on my phone. I didn't miss much, so yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I appreciate it.
I know.
Yo,
Appreciate
I
it.
didn't appreciate it, Noli. I didn't even tell you the story about what happened during the game, man. So like halftime, typically I hop on to Sheena does a halftime report, Twitter space. So I hop in to talk about what's going on there at the half. And there was a back and forth with a former NFL player and a fan, and that shit was unbelievable.
What happened?
How disrespectful they were to
Call
the
from-
player.
To accept, press 1.
We'll hold that thought, Dave. Go ahead.
Yep.
I think it's Marcus. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, just was it's kind of a respond to the last caller and also offer up a question. I guess the question is, if things don't go well if like Rule gets fired at the end of the season, does he go down as the worst coach? And the reason I asked that was because even with Seifert, he put up a couple of 8-8 seasons, and then he also instilled in the franchise that we need to build through the draft. Keep in mind, before Seifert, we were just spending wild money on free agency without any real plan. So if we wouldn't have had Seifert, we would have never had that Super Bowl run, and we probably would have just been spending money and just be in purgatory. So I just was curious as to what you guys' thoughts were.
Dave, I'll let you handle that one.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
He'll be the worst coach in franchise history.
Shit.
He would be. Now it's just the reality of the fact. Because think about it. Dom Capers took the team over as an expansion team. He led them to the NFC Championship game the second season he was here. So we can't put him as the worst coach. Seifert comes in. They changed the game. He changed the philosophy of how the team was being ran. He got fired because we went 1-15, even though he tried to tell folks that the team was going to be bad. A lot of analysts at the time thought we weren't going to win a single game, and we ended up winning the first game against the Vikings, thanks to Steve Smith, and then losing the last 15. That's what happened. And at that point, they let him go. Then John Fox comes in, had a couple playoff runs, led us to a Super Bowl. Ron Rivera came in, 3 straight division titles, led us to a Super Bowl, 15-1 season, the best record we ever had in regular season in franchise history. So it ain't him. If Rule gets fired after this season, he's the worst we've ever had. He's the only coach to not have a 500 record. He just wouldn't be the only coach that never took us to the playoffs. Huh?
He said Seifert didn't have a 500 record.
No, but at least he had a season where he went 500.
Yeah.
Rule can't even say that.
That's crazy. You're right.
And the thing is, the irony is, the closest chance we had to make the playoffs, Jake Delhomme, as the backup quarterback for the Saints, when Mike Ditka was the damn coach for the Saints, cost us the playoff spot because we couldn't get enough of a point differential against the Saints in the final game of the regular season that year, which is kind of wild. Thing the Packers ended up going instead of us. So we ain't even got that. Rule ain't been close to sniffing in type of playoffs. So yeah, he's the worst coach by far.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Rule right now he is 8-15 as a head coach. He's 8-15. He's 8-15 as a head coach. He went 5-11 last year, and he's 3-4 right now. So he's 8-15. Somebody asked in the chat.
It's gonna get worse too.
Dude, I could see a scenario where we go 3-14, bro. We could lose the rest of these games.
I can see it.
I don't think we will.
It's a couple winnable games in that joint, but it ain't looking pretty.
There's only 4. You want to name? You want to go through it real quick? We got time.
No, you already said it earlier.
Washington, Atlanta, Miami, if they don't get Watson, but I think they're going to get Watson, so that's going. But and the Bucks, Week 18, and even then, I don't even know if we can beat the Bucks. The way if we keep playing like this,
the way it's going, they would definitely be able to sit guys. So that's probably
we
going to
just
be
lost to the Giants backups.
Yeah, like that's my point.
True. That's true
we
too.
We just lost to the one of the worst teams in the NFL, who was banged up more than we were, and we just lost to them.
That's true.
So, like, can we beat Washington? Can we beat Atlanta at home? We ain't beating them on the road. I'm gonna go ahead and Big Low Country gonna have a blast with us tomorrow.
Pause.
Yeah, pause. And can we beat Miami with Watson? I'm thinking Miami if they don't get him, but if they get Watson, we ain't beat Miami with Watson. But yeah, man, this could be bad.
Yeah,
this could be bad. He could legitimately have a worse record than he did last year. He's got to win 2 more games.
That was all I had, but you guys have a good one.
Appreciate it, boss.
Yeah, they still open. We got time for about one more, and then we got to shut this thing down. I saw a couple people trying to call in. Call back in. I think a 202 number and a 407 number call.
I got to figure out how I'm going to handle Big Low Country tomorrow, man.
Here we go.
Call from
your second favorite 8.
It's awesome. Awesome. What's up, man?
Your second favorite 8 is
yo, what's up with y'all, man?
What's good, bro?
What's up, man?
Oh, man. Hey, man, like, y'all got to relax, man.
Nah.
Y'all got to relax. Yo, here's the thing. You ready for this? It doesn't matter what scenario we get for quarterback. It's not going to fix the issues. There's red zone. Red zone makes Sundays better. I cut the game off when it was 3-15. I was watching red zone. Sunday was cool. So here's the thing, right? The problem is the owner wants stuff to be fixed now. It's not going to happen. The fan base wants to go back to 2015. It's not going to happen. The best case scenario for our future is to let Sam be Sam. We're not mortgaging the future. We're not, playing this quarterback carousel. Just like you guys said, these quarterbacks coming out next year. Ain't it? I mean, we stuck. We just stuck, yo. Hey, man, Hornets 3-1.
That's facts.
So,
Shout out to the Hornets. They did just catch an L, but had some guys out. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. It's the second night from a back-to-back. You played Brooklyn last night, and then you took the Celtics to overtime. So I ain't mad.
Yeah,
Celtics, I mean,
Celtics have the Charlotte something to be proud about right now because we didn't have the Hornets. We had the Hornets, bro. It would be.
Yeah.
Shout out to LaMelo, man. We needed you, bro. We needed
Shout
you, bro.
out, man. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Tepper wants to win, but he's also got Charlotte FC coming up too.
That's true.
I don't.
Yeah, that's we didn't even we could really get into that. How you guys feel about Charlotte FC? Because I have a feeling that if Charlotte FC starts popping, he ain't gonna be caring too much about the Panthers anymore.
That's probably true.
Yep.
That's probably true.
Because I think so.
Does he care about him now?
Right?
Shit, I can't tell.
No, he cares.
Right.
But the question was, now do you want him to?
Right? You got 8 to 9 games because of the new schedule, right? You have way more home games for Charlotte FC. And the prices are a little way higher than other MLS teams. So from David Tepper, I'm not saying I know this stuff, but David Tepper is a money dude, right? You got to, it may be a smarter investment because I mean, football's always going to be there, right? Either Panthers are going to the stadium or somebody else going to the stadium.
That's a fact.
Mhm.
It's a fact.
Are tickets getting sold?
Tickets are gonna get sold.
Cool.
Yes.
What's the bottom line, right?
Mhm.
Bottom line is always going to be filled, and if they're not filled, Bank of America is going to buy the rest of the tickets anyway. So tickets are going to get bought, right?
Mhm.
It's as a fan, after a hurt Cam left, I have no hope who's behind center. And the defense gets tired. So after a while, hey, if you want these veteran defense, y'all got it. Go ahead, Sam, throw a pick. I know I'm coming right back out. 3 and out, goal line stand, safety. Bro, it's the first quarter.
Right.
So yeah, man. That's about it, man. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry about that. Yo, happy homecoming, Aggies.
Yeah, Aggie Pride, man.
Mhm.
Happy G-Ho.
Aggie
Happy
pride.
G-Ho,
you know,
man.
and at least we got something to look forward to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just don't go to the game on Saturday. Nah, don't go to the game on Saturday. It's gonna be bad, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Our football team
Well,
sucks
that's
too.
it, man.
Football team in
All right, bro.
Yeah. Funny. Okay, so before I dip out, funny thing. That was me and Lawrence, my LB. We were I forgot what year it was, right? And we were at that little tailgate joint, and it was it was an old school Aggie. He said, "Man, when the Vikings, no, he said when the Aggies are winning, the Vikings are rolling," and he was like a Vikings fan. So I mean, I guess it's not really working out like that. So yeah, y'all stay up, man.
Yeah.
I'll catch y'all. Aggie Pride.
All right, bro.
All right. Before we adjourn, I gotta tell the story about the halftime with Sheena.
Yeah.
So basically what happened, man. So typically at halftime, Sheena starts a Twitter space. About and we talk about what happened in the half and things of that sort. And it got real heated. It got real heated during halftime. And there was a former NFL player, talking a 10-year veteran, who was in the NFL. I'm not going to name his name out of respect to that individual. And like he had a whole argument about with another fan, because the fan was like pretty much getting super out of pocket with the players in the offensive line. And as a former NFL player, I'm pretty sure you would take offense to that and be like, yo, like basically he pretty much said, yo, how you gonna be out here telling me how to do my 9 to 5? Like that ain't like, well, I should show up at your job and show you how to do your 9 to 5. And my man was not backing down. Fan was not backing down at all. He was just frustrated. But no, I'm not telling you who it is. I'm not telling you who it is. I will give you a clue. He didn't play for Carolina. There's your clue. But I'm not gonna, y'all good luck guessing. He didn't play for Carolina. So, but it was it was super out of pocket. Like it got to the point where I was like, all right, man, you guys are getting out of pocket with this. Like that man played in the league. You can't be out here being like super disrespectful. And it got real disrespectful. But anyway.
Yeah. All right. Let's call it a night. Man, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, man. We are right there at 12,300. So let's go ahead and make that happen. I think we were like 17 subs away. So let's go ahead and make that happen.
So back to the soccer thing. When next year is the first season, right?
Yeah, next year, 2022.
Have they sold out all the season tickets yet?
Yeah, I think they sold out all of the PSLs. Oh, whatever they're calling it.
Did you get one, man?
No, I didn't.
I wonder how much were they.
I don't know.
Wow, it's gonna get interesting because I think that is a legitimate concern from a. But then it might be a good thing because then he might be more hands off with the team, and they might let him operate. So it'll be interesting.
We'll see.
Because soccer makes bank. You think the NFL makes bank?
I don't know about MLS per
Not
se.
MLS,
I know
but
internationally it makes bank, but I don't know
Yeah.
about MLS.
Nah,
I
MLS ain't.
just don't know. I know it's not the same level.
No, it's not. It ain't the same tier of money. But yeah. All right, man. Let's close it out.
All right, let's get out of here. Hit that like button, subscribe button, all that. We're gonna holler at y'all tomorrow. We got Big Low coming through. We're gonna simulcast on both channels. So yeah, make sure y'all come through, man. Support Panther. Even though we suck, we still need y'all to come through and watch. Make sure we are heavily represented. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, it should be fun, man. We gonna keep pounding, man. It is what it is. It ain't looking good. It ain't getting better no time soon. We're here to keep it a buck with y'all. Shit is not pretty right now. And so it is what it is, man. That being said, man, we out.
All right, man. Keep
Peace.
pounding, guys. Peace.